Mexico is a great football nation with a passion for the game rivaled by few. But their history in the World Cup is patchy at best. As the historically dominant force in the CONCACAF region, it is rare for a World Cup to be held without the Mexicans. However, they have a record of underachievement at the finals. Only in 1970 and 1986, on both occasions as the host nation, have they gone beyond the second round. In fact, after so many appearances, yet so many false dawns, Mexico holds the record for the greatest number of defeats at the World Cup, with 24, spanning 14 tournaments. But in 2012, during the lead-up to Brazil, with the national underage teams unearthing some grand young talent, some were beginning to ask the question, can Mexico win the 2014 World Cup? Then, after a disastrous 2013, El Tri were just happy to have qualified.
Pues que no somos ya invencibles, que no somos
we are not the super team we were before. The distance between the different teams is becoming smaller, and the last step to get to the World Cup is getting much harder.
Es más difícil ese pequeño escalón que haber escalado todo lo que hicieron los.
After their round of 16 finish in 2010, Mexico held an air of confidence. They won the Gold Cup and Under-17 World Cup in 2011. Finished third in the 2011 Under-20 World Cup. Went undefeated on the way to a gold medal at the 2012 Olympics. And were perfect in the third round of CONCACAF qualifying, scoring 15 goals and conceding only 2 in 6 matches. With a solid core group of players, young talent filtering through, previous tournament experience and plenty of team chemistry, there was even talk they could win the whole enchilada. But soon the Mexican bandwagon would grind to a halt. El Tri had won 24 straight competitive matches, heading into round 4 of CONCACAF qualifying. But in 2013, it was a different story. Mexico earned just 11 points over 10 matches, their worst showing in the history of the hexagonal format. Only 2 stoppage-time US goals against Panama enabled El Tri to finish 4th and make the intercontinental playoff against New Zealand. The tone for the year was set early with 0-0 draws at home to Jamaica and the United States. Mexico managing just 1 win in 5 home matches at the Estadio Azteca. The result was public ridicule, and the head coach's office needed a revolving door. The media deemed Mexico dreadful, humiliating, labelling the side the Titanic. Jose Manuel de la Torre was dumped as coach in September 2013. Olympic coach Luis Fernando Tena filled in for 1 match. Victor Vucetic lasted just 2 matches, before former national defender Miguel Herrera became the 4th coach in 5 weeks. Mexico's demolition of New Zealand's 9-3 on aggregate to qualify for the World Cup did little to build confidence ahead of the tournament. Herrera has a difficult job to get his side to recapture 2012. Forget the disastrous 2013 and get ready for the main event. Back to Mexico now, and despite their atrocious qualifying campaign, they're capable of rapid improvements. It seems Miguel Herrera is the right man for the job. The side is beginning to take shape with his signature 3-5-2 formation. Herrera utilising many of his former players with club-side Club Americas to make it work. Club America's Paul Aguila and Miguel León are aggressive wingbacks. Herrera's system, lacking wingers, requires them to be so, and that places an inevitable strain on the three central defenders. But when relying on the ageing Rafa Marquez, the slow Francisco Rodriguez and the inexperienced Juan Carlos Valenzuela in the centre, the system can break down. Mexico's attack will be without Real Sociedad's Carlos Vela. Despite Herrera's best efforts, Vela declared in early 2014 that he was not 100% mentally and emotionally ready to return from his self-imposed exile. But Herrera does have at his disposal other European-based players. Villarreal's Giovanni Dos Santos and Manchester United's Javier Hernandez. Dos Santos is in great form since his move to Villarreal, but has been used largely as a winger by Herrera, scoring just once in 12 matches through qualifying. But Mexico's success will depend primarily on the ability of Manchester United striker Javier Chicharito Hernandez. Chicharito has been Mexico's only reliable scorer, with an incredible 35 goals in his first 57 matches for the national team. Not coincidentally, the goals dried up at a time Mexico's form also went stale. Santos Laguna's Oribe Peralta scored 4 goals in 6 matches when Mexico won Olympic gold in London. And Herrera has favoured the more reliable home-based player over his exports. If Mexico is to escape Group A against the likes of Brazil, Croatia and Cameroon, they need the right blend of domestic and European-based players and must hit the ground running. Their first assignment is winnable against Cameroon, and while few would give them a chance against the host nation in Game 2, they could be meeting injury-hit Croatia in their final group match, with a spot in the round of 16 at stake.